Hi everyone, in this video I will be explaining you the various type of rounding off functions available in Microsoft Excel. So as listed here, there are 6 types of functions: round, round up, round down, truncate, integer and round. So the normal round function follows the general rounding off principles. It rounds the number to the number of decimals specified. If the next decimal is greater than or equal to 5, the last decimal will be increased by 1. If the next decimal is less than 5, the last decimal will remain as such. So if I enter rounding off this comma 2, the third decimal is 1, which is less than 5, therefore it is 3.14. And if I want three number of digits after the decimal point, you will see 3.142 because the fourth decimal is 5. Therefore, the third decimal will be increased by 1. So the normal rounding of principles will be carried on. The round up function does the same thing. It rounds the number to the decimal specified, but increases the last decimal by 1 irrespective of the next decimal. So if I want to use the round up function, and I will just use the same criteria here. So two decimals, 3.14 is the normal rounding off, but if I give enter, you will see 3.15. It will not see the next decimal. It will restrict the number of decimal to the number you specify and increases the value by 1. That's it. And then the round down function again rounds the number to the decimal specified and keeps the last decimal as such. It won't change even if the next number is greater than or equal to 5. It does not care about that. So round down this comma 3 would be a nice example because the fourth decimal is 5. So you see only 141. So here in the normal round function you will see 3.142, but round down function keeps the number as such, so 3.141. This is the use of round down function. Truncate is similar to round down, so there is actually no importance to this formula. You can just use the same formula here. You will see the same result, but the only difference between these two is the round down function requires the number of digits to be specified. It is a mandatory field. You have to fill in some number there, but truncate field, in truncate formula, the number of digits is not a mandatory field, it's an optional field. So if you do not give anything, it will return you the whole number available there. That's it. The integer formula gives you the whole number that is available in the value. So 3.14159 has the whole number 3. That's it. So it will just take the whole number and it will ignore all the decimals whether or not it is greater than or equal to 5. It does not consider anything. It just returns you the whole number available in the value you specify. And the round function will round the number to the nearest multiple of the number you specify. So say if I enter 9 as the number, this number will be rounded off to the nearest multiple of 9. So if it is not more than 4.5, it will automatically be 0. So same rounding of principles will apply, but here point instead of 0.5 you will be dividing the multiple by 2, and if it is greater than that middle number you will get the next number. If it is less than the middle number you will get the previous number. Say I have something like 4.925, right? Now as I said, I will just round this with the multiples of 9, right? So round the number into comma the multiple. So I want the nearest multiple of 9 for this number. So if I give enter, 9 is the multiple, so 9 by 2 will be equal to 4.5. So if this number is greater than 4.5, I will get 9 as the result, and if this number is less than 4.5, say I just change this to 4, it will return 0 because the nearest number is less than the halfway, so it will return 0. Okay, so this is the principle behind the round formula. So I will keep the pi value again as the example and change the multiple to say 5. Okay, so the 5 is the nearest multiple here. So this rounding of formulas in except this integer and truncate, we will just take this out and we will use just these three formulas, or even the term round is not really important. These three formulas can also be used to round a number to the nearest tens, hundreds, thousands or lakhs, something like that. Okay, so if I want to round this number to the nearest 10, 3 is a very small number, let me just add 100 to it. Okay, so round to the nearest 10, then I will use round. Same thing here. If I add a positive number like comma 2 or comma 3, it will look after the decimal point. So after the decimal point you have to take this number of digits like that. If I specify something in negative, then it will consider the number to be rounded off before the decimal point. So here I am specifying 1, so it will go to 1 digit prior to the decimal point and round that number. Okay, so if I just close this and give 100, 100 is the nearest multiple of 10 available in this number, so you can use that here. Similarly, if you want to round it off to the nearest, say 256. Okay, so nearest 100, I want to just specify number of digits as minus 2. So 2 digits before the decimal point is what I am looking to round here. So enter, it is 400. So nearest 100 values. Okay, and the round up again, these follow the exact same principles with the difference in the rounding up. So this returns 400 because rounding up or not will return only 400. If I just say minus 30, you will see round off function gives your answer as 300, but round up function gives you the answer as 400. So this is similar to the case where we saw using in the decimal points. And round down functions, again it will give you the result that is lower than the specified number. So round down, if I use round down and this comma minus 2, so nearest lowest 100, so it is like nearest lowest 100 is 300. If I again take this off this 30, you will see again the same 300 because it is the nearest to lowest 100 rupees. So this is how you can round it off to any number, but only in the digits. So any digits after the decimal point or before the decimal points. So these things are used in various ways, but mostly the integer formula is very rarely used because we can use the same round formula itself there, or round down formula. Integer is very rarely used. Truncate is also very rarely used because the round down function gives the same answer as the truncate function would give. Therefore, these two are very rarely used, and roundup is also very rarely used because it is a rare scenario where you want to round it to the next number itself. A normal rounding is followed everywhere, so this is very highly used, and round down will be used in specific circumstances like where you want to calculate the interest under the Income Tax Act for the late payment. They would require you to calculate the interest on the nearest to lowest multiple of 100. So if I have 8,148 as my tax amount, I want to pay tax or interest at the value of 8,100. Even if it is 8,159, I want to pay interest for the value of 8,100. So in that cases, round down formula can be used. And here you can see the M round is actually used for the total income or tax purposes. So total income should be the in the nearest multiple of 10. So M round can be used, or a normal rounding with comma minus 1 can be used. So that's all for the rounding off function. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to this channel and get Excelified. Thank you.